mouth. This way you can't really tell.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Just like
The little like right side, little crispy right side of your fucking mouth is popping out though, like your right mustache. Yeah, you're like a puppet. There you go. It's perfect. I love that.
All right.
What's cracking?
Oops.
Big dogs. Big episode today. Big tight end episode. We know Animal's favorite position. He had a combined 7.3 fantasy points at the tight end position in the entirety of the E-Town Get Down season last year. And you may think I'm exaggerating. The only exaggeration would be if his tight ends actually scored fewer points than that, because he had some trouble. He had some donuts. So we're here today to discuss tight end breakouts, sleepers, busts, general strategy, everything that you don't need to know, nothing that you actually asked for when it comes to the tight end position. We have no idea where Snacks was. He was okay for 1:30, then he wasn't, and then 2 o'clock was supposed to work for him, then also didn't work for him. So Snacks is gone like any hope that Animal's tight end position has for the 2021 year. Animal, how are we?
We're good. You know, I do say, like, I have a saying about tight ends. They all suck. So this should be an interesting, as I was going through it, trying to find candidates for breakouts, busts, and sleepers, I just kept finding myself finding a lot of busts. So
I mean, that's been the case for the last 5 years. It's pretty much everyone's like, I'm not paying up for the top tight end. I'll just grab 2 breakout tight ends in the 10th round or later. And we haven't had breakout tight ends in about 7 years. If you're lucky, you grab George Kittle or Darren Waller, but other than that, we're shooting as an entire community, the entire world, we're shooting 3 for 90 over the last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Tight end's a tough position. It's outside of that's outside of those top 3 guys. It's just a crapshoot, man. Everyone sucks. It's who's gonna get enough targets this year to actually make something happen. That's it.
All right, so why don't we get into that? Who's going to get enough targets? Let's start off with maybe a sleeper, generally less known guy, or someone that's fallen down in the ADP trap. We'll go off of underdog ADP, I suppose. Someone that you think can maybe crack someone that you think might actually make somewhat of a fucking difference in fantasy lineups. I feel like I already know who you're going to say, but I'll let you take the stage anyways.
You want to guess?
My guess would be a guy whose name rhymes with bowl, and his last name rhymes with basketball net.
No, you're wrong. So for a sleeper, and I don't know how much of a sleeper we're this is, because he's Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett is who I have, because he's coming off the injury last year. He has still had 40 receptions, which for a tight end, I know 40 receptions doesn't sound like a lot, but for the tight end position, you want 40 to 60. That's like your bread and butter, because you're not going to, unless you're Travis Kelce, you're not going to get the 100 targets. So his biggest problem is touchdowns. The guy never scores touchdowns. With the Rams, got 8 touchdowns his whole career. Seahawks, Russ Wilson, they throw the ball a lot. They might let him cook for 6 games. Who knows? I just think there's a possibility he ups his numbers a little bit. All he needs to do is bump those touchdowns up. The yards and the receptions are pretty much there. Bump the touchdowns up, and you got a serviceable sleeper tight end here.
I like that. And he's going off the board right now. It says 169 underdog ADP. I'm assuming that's tight end 26 or some shit. He's going to Seattle.
Yeah.
Talked about not being able to score touchdowns, but Russ is a guy with limited volume, tends to score 35 passing touchdowns every single year. I mean, they can't all go to DK and Tyler Lockett. They could definitely be close to all going to DK and Tyler Lockett, but they've got to spread the love elsewhere. And Gerald Everett's he signed 1 year, $7 million deal, so nothing too spicy, nothing too crazy. He was splitting the field with Tyler Higbee. Now he's probably going to be the sole guy there. We also have to figure out, we'll get Animal's chest underneath the player profile. Super athletic guy. I mean, this is
talk shit.
This is kind of every tight end's profile that people get excited about. But second round pick, he's not too old, 27. Obviously, the breakout age comes later. So I kind of like that sleeper pick by Animal there. Gerald Everett out in Seattle. Now I'm looking at I'm going to bring up the underdog ADP so we can kind of figure out exactly where dudes are going right now. Maybe we'll stall long enough for Snacks to get in here. Maybe he already is in here and I haven't checked.
No, there's no chance.
No chance.
I would put 0% chance.
Okay, so there are a few guys that I looked at on this sleeper list, and like a lot of them are the same guys that we were talking about last year, right? Like you have Dawson Knox. The Buffalo Bills did not sign anyone. They might trade for Zach Ertz, so it could get messy there. But I feel like he showed he's not the guy there. OJ Howard has one leg. Christopher Herndon has been a sleeper pick for 5 years. He stinks. And then there's like the guys that I guess have too much, have a little bit too much clout already. Like Adam Troutman is not necessarily like a sleeper.
Yeah.
He's got a whole lot of fucking buzz behind him.
He'd be more of a breakout candidate than a sleeper?
1, 2, 3, 4,
At this
5,
point, just because
7,
everyone's
8,
on him?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So he's tight end 15 right now. I don't really know how you want to define it. Here's the thing with Adam Troutman, I actually don't know if I feel like he's going to break out. There's not a lot of times where like a tight end goes from 100 receiving yards up to 700 or 800. Like that's a very big gap. You can have a progressive season, right, and jump up from like 100 to 500, and that's like a nice little boom. Snacks is in here, looking pixely as ever, looking like my fucking
Snack-a-daddle-doo.
Oh wait, I can't be pixelated, man. I have such a great shirt on.
Oh, I see Helga.
Hey, Arnold, I
at
can
the
see
top
it.
of it.
Helga
It's
Pataki,
not just.
Ren
It's
and
not.
Stimpy.
It's not just that.
Do you hook your
See,
iPhone
see
to
Ren and
this?
Stimpy?
I did. I went
Wow,
on my
Nick, look at that
hotspot
Unicent sink drink.
Dude, someone
that?
called that out in the episode when Jack was over. Did you see that comment?
Yeah,
That was sick.
it was good. It lined up perfectly.
Yeah, it was sick.
Hold on. I use my
Snack,
hotspot.
you look
'cause
like
it's usually
look
better.
like shit. And coming from someone who looks like shit, I would know. You look
Why
like
are
shit.
Why are you so close to the fucking camera?
Don't worry
Yeah, I
about it.
use my hotspot
Sharp
because
stuff.
it's usually better than my. It's usually better than my Wi-Fi, but I think I'm going to switch to my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, try that out and come
Well,
back
Wi-Fi
and
should work better.
get the fuck out.
Yeah,
All right,
come
so
back
you
in like
guys-
50 minutes.
So we can go with Troutman here. We'll talk about Troutman for a little bit because he is pretty much the only guy left there because Jared Cook is now gone. Jameis Winston is probably. I think we're going to be under the. I think we're going to be under the impression that Jameis Winston is going to be the guy at least between the 20s, and that's kind of exciting for Troutman because they've been pretending to get a second weapon there in New Orleans for about 5 years, and they just haven't done it. So it's going to be Michael Thomas, it's going to be Kamara, and then it's going to be, I guess, Adam Troutman. I do have trouble buying into the fact that he's going to be like a breakout tight end, but we saw what Jameis did in Tampa Bay. I mean, he loved targeting guys like Cameron Brate in the red zone. He liked targeting OJ Howard whenever he was on the field. So Troutman kind of gets me excited. Someone did mention in the chat, and I think this is like a sneaky good pick depending on how old you think this fucking guy is, but Jared Cook moving from New Orleans to the Chargers, okay? Jared Cook, I mean, Donald Parham.
That's one of my honorable mentions.
There we go. Donald Parham's whatever. They drafted Trey McKitty, but Trey McKitty's a rookie, so I don't expect him to make an impact this year. He'll probably learn under Jared Cook for a couple of years, but this is just a breakout offense in every sense of it, right? Justin Herbert coming into his second year. We got Keenan Allen lighting shit up over the middle. Mike Williams on the outside. Eckler. It's just like it's going to be a very
I
open.
can see Jared Cook being like the the in between the 20s tight end, where and then bring in Parham, the big tall motherfucker, for the goal line work.
Yeah, I could see
Jared
that
Cook
too.
could have a nice yard season. Get some good
That's
yardage.
the thing. That's the thing. There's so many mouths in LA that they're going to be scooping food into, but it's one of those things where like he might just finish as the tight end 12 or something, but a little bit of like a lucky touchdown break, like rather than scoring 5, maybe you score 7 or 8. Like that's the difference between tight end 12 and tight end 7 all of a sudden. So I don't hate Jared Cook, and he's sitting down here at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we've got Gerald Everett, we've got Jared Cook, we've got Adam Troutman. I'm actually like, real. What's your take on these New England Patriots tight ends? I'm assuming you're just like staying away from them.
So, not to jump the gun, but for my bust candidates, I have Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith. And I don't know if I wanted to put or and, but I went with and just because I figured we're going to talk about both of them anyway. But I think they have huge bust potential just in the fact that the Patriots are slipping, Cam Newton's slipping. You got 2 tight ends who are supposed to be top 10 guys or tight end ones. I don't know how 2 tight end ones are going to eat on one offense. It just doesn't seem plausible.
Okay,
for fantasy.
So here's one where you're wrong. Cam Newton not slipping.
He's slipping, dude.
Number 2.
You said last year he wasn't slipping. He slipped all the way.
He slipped and slid me to the fucking championship. That's all I got to say about fucking Cam Newton. Here's the thing. That offense, I'm not in on Hunter Henry. I just don't think he makes enough plays after the catch for him to be a good fantasy guy. I feel like Jonnu Smith is kind of a nice buy right now. I feel like there's a chance that because we've seen what they've done with tight ends in this offense, and like we've seen an offense where they actually run through the tight end position. What if they just center their passing attack around Jonnu Smith and set him up for like 2 or 3 screen plays a game? Like I feel like he could end up being like a pretty nice player just because he's so athletic.
He could, but then like a lot of those screens could turn to just negative yard plays, and then now he finishes the game with like 5 targets, like 3 catches for like 4 yards.
I mean, it's better than
no
what you
touchdowns.
had at your tight end spot last year.
I mean, that's something I would take right now, but it's just not. You look so much better. Still
Snacks
like
bike.
shit, but a lot better.
Snacks bike. Do you think he looks better? He looks worse.
It's slightly clearer.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
He downgraded.
It looks like there's a
whatever,
poltergeist in your
sure.
room somewhere, but still, it's much better.
Whatever.
Right.
I don't care.
Snacks, we're going to give you a quick breakdown of what we talked about.
Hunter
thus
Henry,
far.
big bust.
Yeah, okay, Hunter Henry. But do you like Jonnu Smith? Do you like Jonnu Smith at all? Because we're looking at.
I like Jonnu Smith. He's an athlete.
Thank you. See, this offense has proven that they can run through the tight end at some point in Bill Belichick's tenure. So I feel like maybe it could happen again. I think he's worth taking a shot on. He's tight end 16 right now. Henry's like tight end fucking 20 or something, or 19, whatever it is. What about former New England Patriot Rob Gronkowski? I'm fucking all in on Gronk at ADP of 150.
I was gonna ask if he's allowed to be a sleeper
again.
because he's Gronk. Holy shit, am I pixelated? You know what? Whatever. I don't care. Is he allowed to be a sleeper because he's Rob Gronkowski?
He's allowed to fall into every.
I don't think so.
I think he could be a sleeper, a bust, and a breakout all in one.
Yeah,
because I wrote
him the tight end 8, so I don't know how he could be a sleeper, but
well, he's going right now as tight end like
16.
17.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking.
Well, I mean, that's what happened last year, though. So he's not a sleeper. I'd say he's a value.
How about we just fuck the categories and just talk about the guys and just talk about whether or not we like them or whatever? Because every time we bring up a guy, let's not be like, is he a breakout or is he a sleeper or is he a fucking schmuck? I like Gronk. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
I like Gronk too. That's why I don't have him on any of these things.
Okay,
he doesn't qualify for any of them.
Who else did you guys talk about? Sorry, just real quick, run me through.
Animal, get back. We talked about Adam Troutman. We talked about Hunter Henry. Jared
I like
Cook.
Troutman.
Yeah, Jared Cook. Animal. Who else did you bring up first? Gerald Everett in Seattle.
Oh, I love Gerald Everett.
Let's talk about some breakout candidates. Let's talk about obviously the most obvious one, Kyle Pitts. Are you guys going anywhere near him? He's currently going in the back end of the 4th round, early 5th round. We know he's athletic. We know Julio's gone. This offense really doesn't have a lot of options to run through. I would like to hear your thoughts on it before I go off.
That seems a little rich for my blood. I
like it though.
He's a freak, and he could be like a league winner, especially now Julio's out and he's just going to eat his targets. But I've never seen him on an NFL field. So late 4th, early 5th. I mean, that's a little. It might be a little rich for my blood.
It's got to be premium. Maybe. It's got to be premium for me if I'm going that high because he's one of the guys that like when you look at the tight end landscape, premium works for guys who get a lot of volume. It's not just like the ones who score a lot of fantasy points aren't best in premium. It's the one who get targets and volume. And Pitts is in a situation where he can get that. Like Mark Andrews, not a good tight end premium pick because he's going to get 5 targets a game. Kyle Pitts has the chance to step in and get 7 or 8 targets a game, even if he goes like 5 for 42 or something. Like that's a good game out of the tight end position. So if you're in a tight end premium league, I'm fine with it at the end of the 4th, early 5th because he's going to be thrown right into a target fill role.
So I like the fact that he has the league-winning potential. You're going to get him after guys like Kelsey, Waller, and Andrews, or maybe not Andrews. I don't know where Andrews is going, but those top 3 tight ends where he could end up being in that same position at the end of the year, but you're going to get him at a value. The tight end position is so hard. It's so hard to get someone that's going to actually produce for you every week. It really is. So, like, if you can get it out of the way early, but not so early where, like, you're losing value at the running back position, I like it because the wide receivers are so deep this year. You get your RB, and then you go tight end, 3rd, or QB, RB, QB, tight end. Oh, maybe I'll do that. That could be it this year.
Kyle Pitts
double
is
RB, QB, tight end.
Let me ask you this: going into is Snacks frozen or is he just dead?
He just hates me.
I think he's actually frozen. All right, Animal. Let me ask you this: Kyle Pitts going into 2022 fantasy football. What is Kyle Pitts' ADP amongst tight ends?
He's probably tight end 3.
You think? Behind who? Kelsey and who?
Probably Kelsey and Kittle.
Kelsey and Kittle. Okay, so let me ask you, this is another hot debate this year. Waller or Kittle?
Waller.
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus now.
For this year, for sure.
Yeah, I mean the weapons, the people that he's competing against, the fact.
I just don't know what's going on at the quarterback position yet in San Fran. Is it going to be Trey Lance? Is it going to be Jimmy G? Blah blah blah. You know, give me the sure thing.
So there's no chance you're going to own Kittle basically because it's Kelsey's up at ADP of 8. So you need to use your first round pick on Kelsey, which I'm never going to do. Darren Waller's at 22, yeah. Kittle's at 26. So you're starting to see a little bit of a disparity now between Kittle and Waller. People are starting to sharpen up a little bit. But both,
I would rather have Pitts than Kittle this year.
Yeah, 2 rounds later, like 25 picks later, I'd probably do the same thing because I'm looking to get somebody where George Kittle's going off the board at like 26, 27.
Where's the gap in the tight end market? Like, where's the big gap where like tiers fall off? Like after you have the, you know, those 3 guys in the pits, then where's like Hawkins?
So the biggest gap, yeah. I'll tell you what the setup is there. That looks clear as shit. That you're on your phone, Snacks?
I'm on my phone. Yeah, that was the best move.
Beautiful. All right. So basically, what we said was
genius.
Are you going Waller or Kittle? First of all, one of those two.
Waller.
Okay, so that's the consensus thus far. Where do you think going into 2022 fantasy football? Where does Kyle Pitts rank among tight ends? Like, what's his ADP going into next year?
He'll be second.
I think that's where I would probably take him to, behind Kelsey. All right, so
behind Kelsey, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
and real quick, I don't know if you guys talked about him yet. For Bus, I wrote down George Kittle. I just want that on record.
I think that was like kind of the consensus we were going at right after you disconnected. His price is just way too high for what you're for the riskiness of the situation we're getting into there. All right, Snacks. Goodbye again. So Animal, the tier breaks are basically like Kelsey's in his own tier in the first round. You have a tier break between Waller and Kittle, or for Waller and Kittle. They're in the second, third round. Another tier break like 25 spots later, Pitts. Another tier break, Hawkinson, Andrews are together, and then basically it's like the Goddard, Higbee, Fant, Logan Thomas are kind of like 5 to 10 spots apart from each other there. So it's like Kelsey, Waller, Kittle, Pitts, Hawkinson, Andrews, everybody else.
Yeah, see, tight ends, it's getting there. It's getting to become a better market because the fact that like what round is like Fant going in, like 7, 8?
He's like 97 overall, so I want to say that's like end of 8th round, maybe 9th roundish.
Yeah, so like that's a guy that I like this year that you're gonna be able to get kind of late.
It's another reason I think tight end premium makes more sense because it's a lot. The reason like tight ends are so hard to predict is because like the top 6 or 7 guys usually end up there because they score touchdowns. But touchdowns are so hard to predict. When you start to add in more like tight end premium type rules where they get an extra half catch, you can predict volume a little bit better, right? So you can actually be like, oh, I want this guy in my lineup because I know he's going to get 6, 7, 8 targets. So another little talking piece for you guys trying to change your league to tight end premium. I think it's very much worth it because it takes a little bit of the randomness out of the tight end position overall.
Do you think we have a chance in hell of convincing those guys in our league to do it this year?
We did last year. Just Yahoo platform couldn't fucking handle us. If Yahoo ever customizes their settings.
You know what? I forgot that we did vote on that. Damn, that's a shame.
We voted on it, but we'd have to have moved to Sleeper to get the extra, like the bonus for catches, and no one wanted to do that.
Yeah, that was
someone
the kicker.
Clock management said Snacks playing peekaboo with you guys.
Literally.
Okay,
Clock management's a good man.
I put for busts. I know we weren't doing labels anymore. You talked about George Kittle. I think the price is very high to be at that like second round turn. What's the earliest you would take Travis Kelce, first of all? Because he's a first-round pick right now, and I would never use my first-round pick on a tight end. Last year, I had a lot of shares with him. I had him in the E-Town Get Down, but that's because I got him. I was the last pick of the first round, so I got him. It was like the 3-10, 4-1 turn. I got him in like the end of the third, early fourth, and I'm like, of course, I'm not going to pass on Kelce there. This time around, like, where does he need to drop in order for you to take him?
Late second, if I'm like. I won't take him.
I would say
just because he's going to go too high.
Yeah, neither would I.
Third round.
Yeah,
mid
third, late third.
I'd have to.
But that's never gonna happen. So it's like
I want two running backs. I want RB. So like I have to go third then.
No, Animal, you're going QB. You said.
Yeah, what happened?
No,
why you keep flip flopping?
RB, QB, tight end. That's it. That's right there.
You already know exactly how you're doing it.
Okay.
4 months in advance. Maybe that night in the woods
I'm ready.
Maybe that night, yeah, maybe it'll have some brain synapses firing.
Oh, I'm gonna talk a lot of strategy in the woods.
Why don't we talk about the woods for a little bit? 'Cause we're getting a lot of questions on when you're going into the woods.
We could save it for the end. We'll save it for the end.
All right, we'll talk woods.
I've got some ideas.
Let's talk about Logan Thomas, bro, because he's on my bus list. He finished very high, had a ton of volume. I've made this point a few times this summer already. It's just like it's kind of like the Darren Waller corollary, except the opposite of it. Because Darren Waller, people didn't think he was going to be good this year for fantasy because they added target competition. But when you looked at every efficiency metric, he was like top 3 or top 5 amongst tight ends in things that only like you as a personal player can rack up. It wasn't a volume stat for him. So even if the volume bit, his efficiency was good as hell. With Thomas, he got so much volume, but his efficiency was really bad. Like yards per outrun, yards per target, like all of this kind of stuff was bad for Thomas. So if the volume dips, which I expect it to dip because Curtis Samuel's in there now, De'Ami Brown's in there now. Like who knows if Gibson gets more involved in the passing game. I don't know. Logan Thomas is a guy that's pretty much off my board because you're getting guys like, I don't know, Mike Gesicki, Irv Smith, Tunyon if Rodgers is back. I don't know if I love those guys over him, but I'm just not trying to really take Logan Thomas.
There's 2 guys there that kind of tie together, like I believe, with Logan Thomas and Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki is a guy who I have on my bus list just because he finished as a top tight end. We're going to have high expectations for him. But I feel like his best games all came with Fitzpatrick. So that's going to kind of hurt Gesicki because I don't believe in Tua at all. Left-handed quarterback just doesn't work. Only Steve Young. It's not a thing. So then you go over to Washington now with Logan Thomas, who's got who? Ryan Fitzpatrick. Slings it, throws it to the tight end a lot. Maybe Logan Thomas will actually be a little bit better than we all kind of assume.
So
just
let me ask you.
Just a thought.
I don't.
Go next.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, why is it better with added guys that came in with targets and he didn't, like Nick said, didn't exactly produce to what his I don't know metrics said. But if it's between Gesicki and Logan Thomas, then I am with Animal Logan. I think Mike Gesicki sucks, and he was on my bus list too.
Yeah, he's like. I mean, they bring in Will Fuller. They draft Jalen Waddle. So it's like, who knows how this fucking offense is going to run? I kind of feel like it's similar to Noah Fant, though. Like, they're both so many good playmakers in their respective offenses. It's so hard to tell what the fuck's going to happen. And they're both
going to
super
have their
athletic.
games here and there, be sporadic, and then that's it. And they'll finish like tight end 15, and then everyone will think they had really good years, but it was just like 4 good games.
All right, Snacks. Question
on that real quick, Animal.
Go.
Yeah. Okay. What's your question?
No.
I was going to say in one of my peekaboo sessions, I wanted to tell Animal that I have. I don't know if I put him in sleeper or breakout. I don't even know what you can consider. I love Noah Fant this year. Love him.
Why?
Love him. Why?
Thanks, man.
Because
thanks,
what did he
have? That was a compliment to you.
Well, he knows I normally don't say great things about his Drew Lock, but other than that, didn't he get like 100 targets last year? I understand Cortland Sutton was out, but if Teddy Two Gloves the quarterback, or him and Drew Lock are some chemistry there. If Teddy Two Gloves the quarterback, then I think he's going to see a lot of targets. I don't think Teddy can throw the ball, and if it's over the middle or these little outs, I think Noah Fant's going to get a lot of fucking targets again. And I think he just happens to be a pretty decent player.
Teddy throws the ball to the tight end, though.
I don't really give a shit. He's not going to be able to throw it to Judy or something because
Look
he
at
can't
Ian
throw.
Thomas last year. I don't think the guy had a target. So, thanks for the compliment, but
is he still a thing?
Thanks for the compliment, but you're wrong.
He's just going to be a guy that everyone drafts in like the 10th round, and we're going to look back and be like, he fucking stunk. Doesn't matter.
No, I'm telling you, Noah Fant, big year incoming.
All right, we'll let you draft him then.
I'm also trying to get some good karma on my side because this murder bet is starting to scare me a little bit.
How about this? All right, you like Animal's tight end. Animal. Flip the script. And Snacks, I need your input as well as someone who's watched every Giants game since you've been alive.
Correct.
Is Evan Engram led the Giants in targets last year? Is he actually just an atrocious player, or has there been bad luck, or like is there any Hail Mary chance of Evan Engram being a good fantasy tight end this year?
It's an Animal. I know you're going to say no, and that's fine. I was very high in Evan Engram last year. I think I drafted him in like what seemed the second round. Because I don't really remember any of my draft picks, but it sucks his athleticism at the tight end. You want him to put it all together, and if he does, there is such a high ceiling for him in fantasy. But he is a terrible route runner. He can't catch the ball. They gave Kyle Rudolph decent money, who's going to be a fixture in the offense. So unless he like really learns how to catch the ball and learns how to run some routes and can actually get open, with Galladay coming in, Saquon back, the targets are going way down. There's no way I can get behind Evan Engram. There's just no way. He doesn't pass my eye test. I think he sucks. I hope we trade him.
That's sad.
Well,
Never
I mean,
get
he
there.
just
He'll
can't
never.
catch.
It is sad. It is sad because he's so athletic, and to be that athletic at the tight end position is such an advantage. And those are the guys you could target if you're not getting a Kelsey or a Waller, and because the upside there. But he stinks.
All right,
He
Animal.
flat out stinks.
He can't catch.
Animal, I have a
It's
question.
a big problem. Please.
Did you get in on the sharpest bet of the entire offseason about a month ago? It was
Which one? The Vikings.
It was Tim Tebow
Win the
over
division?
under half a receiving touchdown.
No, I didn't. That sounds like a great bet.
It was half a receiving touchdown and over under 13.5 receiving yards. Tim Tebow's getting in the end zone week 1. There's no doubt in my mind.
High expectations.
This was actually before he signed.
I don't even.
I've been
Does he even
hammering the
make
Broncos
roster?
to
I
win the
feel like he
division.
definitely makes the roster, right?
Dude, he's definitely gonna make the roster. I guarantee you they use him in like a shitty Taysom Hill role. I feel like they're gonna use him on the goal line as those like jump fucking dumb pass. They're gonna like have a jump play where he throws it to himself. He's gonna have a receiving touchdown and a passing touchdown. I'm ready for Tim
Urban
Tebow.
Meyer's just gonna be.
I would bet against that one.
Urban's just gonna be so stubborn, isn't he? In like trying to prove the case of signing Tim Tebow.
Yes.
God, I fucking hate Urban Meyer. Okay.
Yeah, I don't advise against not taking Tim Tebow, and I also don't know what I just said there, so like you can't hold that against me. I don't not advise.
Really like
it's not on
Logan
video.
Thomas.
It's
I just
not on
wanna throw
video.
that out there. I know we're all over the place now, but I wanted to rewind for a second and say I do like Logan Thomas a lot now. I'm liking him more and more as we go on, even though we stopped talking about him.
Okay. Well, I'm
So
very
that's gonna mean I like Logan Thomas less and less and less. So thank you.
I just needed to say it.
you aired that grievance. I can respect it.
Now here's an obvious one. Obviously, Robert Tonyan, bust. Now, obviously, depending on the fact of Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay. Although, does that make him not a bust at that point then? Because we kind of expect it.
Well, I think I'm just expecting him not to score 11 touchdowns again, even though if Rodgers is back, I guess.
I'll be in on Tonyan
like
if Rodgers is back. Because
if Rodgers is back, I'm in on him for sure.
For sure. Because people are going like way too hard at the like his touchdown regression is going to be huge. It's like fucking obviously, but he's still when you look at
it, also
it's gonna
didn't
be
add
7,
any other
that's
weapons
still...
other than the other Rodgers.
Well, yeah, there's no other weapons there. He's super athletic. Like he's exactly what you look for in a profile that breaks out, and he like kind of did last year. So I think people are going to be like, he was so good last year in the touchdown department that he can't be that good again. We're going to draft him as like tight end 17. I'm like, okay, like give me Rodgers tight end there.
Well,
he
tight
has
end
great
17
hands too. Catch the ball really.
Must be nice to have a tight end who can catch the ball.
Tony, I'm not forgetting. Shut up.
Actually, I do.
Yeah.
Can we let's talk about Kyle Rudolph, who's going to score 8 touchdowns in the red zone this year.
Let's not do that.
Let's not. Like, there's really no reason. He's not going to get drafted.
It's one of Animal's guys.
Like 4 years ago.
We're talking about Kyle Rudolph for years.
It was like 4 years ago. That wasn't that long ago.
Dude, that
like
was like
3 years ago.
The last time we were. No, it was 2. Because
It
we
was
were
just
in
3 years
Belmar
ago.
on the.
It wasn't this
No,
previous
it was
summer. It was
2
2
years ago.
summers ago. How about
Yeah.
Well,
So
Scott
that's 2
brought
years
up
ago.
an interesting case here because there's a lot of guys in this offense that actually could break out. Scott says breakout year coming for Harrison Bryant too. Now, Harrison Bryant of the Browns, who, as you know, they also have a David Njoku, and they also have get that on the screen.
I hate Noah. I hate Noah.
And they also
That
have
stupid
Austin.
bitch.
So I don't think it's possible
Yeah.
for any of the Browns to actually be a breakout because they're all
Yeah.
on the same offense.
So why was that a good? No offense, Matt. Why was that a good point that Scott brought up? I don't understand.
Well, it's an interesting tight end like field to talk about because there's 3 talented tight ends there, and they're all on a team that doesn't really throw the tight end a lot. They run a lot. Baker only throws the tight ends in the end zone, really. in red zone.
So fade them all. I think now that was just a stretch to try and keep talking about irrelevant tight ends. Really backed up the claim, the statement I was trying to make about Kyle Rudolph.
I was going to do a quick
Irrelevant.
pivot to Dynasty. Do you think there's any value in any of those guys in Dynasty maybe taking a shot and hoping one of them gets traded or something? Because those are three talented guys at tight end position.
I just drafted Harrison Bryant in a Dynasty startup at in the 19th round or so. Just see, fuck around, see what happens there. I mean, I feel like Austin Hooper is the guy. He was started off slow. He was injured. They had those 4 games in the snow where they threw for 112 yards a game, and then he came back and he was fine. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're probably gonna throw it 22 times a game, but whatever. There's nothing.
Well, they only really have one receiver, so
yeah.
They only have one receiver, so that's.
And we know you threw that in there twice just to make sure.
Yep.
Who's their one receiver, Snacks, to make you feel better?
Jarvis Landry.
Okay.
Jarvis Landry.
Animal.
They have nobody else.
You want to talk about your guy?
Cole Kmet?
You want to recite your poem?
No, I don't want to do that.
Why?
But you can maybe I should probably post it on Twitter for those who haven't seen it because it's only been posted on that private YouTube channel for the player profiler.
They didn't post it on the Road Underworld?
I think it's private though.
On the Twitter?
You have to get the link. They posted on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, fuck you talking
I was gonna post the actual video and not the link. You know what I mean? Because it fits. But yeah, Cole Kmet. I think he's a possible breakout candidate this year. I like the fact that you got QB1 Andy Dalton there, who we know likes to throw the tight end. He's got the rapport with Tyler Eifert from 5 years ago. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at history repeats itself. He got his Eifert. I'm expecting 48 receptions, 583 yards, and 7 touchdowns from Cole Kmet this season. You say, man, that's not really a breakout, but going from 28 catches and 2 touchdowns, that would be considered a breakout for me. Because halfway through the season, he's going to have a new quarterback named Justin Fields, and you're going to see there'll be a hiccup, maybe one game, but then right back to it. So
you're going to be pissed when Jimmy Graham scores twice in week 1?
Jimmy Graham had 8 touchdowns last year, and I don't see it happening again. I just don't see it happening.
Oh, he's
going to be Cole Kmet is going to get at least 4 of those. So they'll bring a total to 6. Jimmy Graham might have 4 touchdowns.
Jimmy Graham scores 9 unnecessary touchdowns, and then everyone the next year is this is the year that he's not going to do it.
Well, it's Jimmy Graham breakout season. Did you see that final touchdown in the playoff game? That was a sick
Jimmy
catch.
Graham is still breaking out, year 14.
Yeah, he still is. Still breaking out.
What we got?
And who mentioned Chris Herndon? Why? I thought Chris Herndon was to never be talked about again.
Chris Herndon is a breakout candidate every year, so
this is a good point.
Know that.
Yeah,
That's true. Fantasy.
Tyler Conklin of the Minnesota Vikings. Conklin getting great camp reports over Irv Smith. So Conklin was a guy I tried to pick up 2 weeks ago in Go Fade Me, and I was blocked because I picked up 2 other guys. It was Stevie Scott or whoever the running back in the Saints offenses, and I picked up 2 players. He was 3rd on my list, and because I picked up those 2 guys, I didn't get Conklin. And then I just foregoed it this week. But someone should probably go get. If you're in a deep dynasty league, got tight end little preem action. Tyler Conklin, interesting name. Not
I see a lot of people going after Jacob Harris as well, another deep tight end name. A lot of people targeting him.
But yeah, as soon as there's one little camp report on somebody, there's Jacob Harris over.
It's a video of him running really fast.
He's got I believe he's got wide receiver designation.
I'll do it.
Well, wide receiver, tight end designation. And then there's the guy on the
cool.
Chiefs that Andy Reid's talking about doing more 2 tight end sets with. I don't believe that for a fucking second, though. It's Byron Pringle season.
Yo, I know it's a tight end episode, but
don't say it.
I love Byron Pringle this year. Love him. I think he's everything that I wanted McCall Hardman to be.
Basically. Yeah, he's just McCall Hardman, but make him a good receiver. Turn up the catching ability a little bit.
Great
Cole Harmer, I haven't given up on, though. I just want that to be official. I have not given up on him yet. He's still only been a wide receiver for 3 years in his entire life, so we're going to give him another year.
It's unfortunate when you only sign a 3-year contract.
It's insane. All right, let's see. Who's going on in chat? Any other?
Did you guys
Tommy Tremble?
Did you guys talk about Dallas Goedert?
I didn't. We didn't
No,
talk
he doesn't
about
really
Goddard
fall
yet.
into-
It's can we have?
He doesn't really
anything-
fall into any of those categories.
Can we have anything new to say about Goddard except for if Zach
No.
Ertz leaves, Goddard's going to be really good? It's been the
Which
same
I
shit.
really
It could
thought
be a
was,
breakout
gonna
where he
be
like actually, becomes a legitimate top 5 tight end, but
top 5 tight end. Yeah. Well, I can't believe Ertz
top
is
8
still on
tight
that team.
end.
It makes no sense to me.
He's
For
gonna
sure,
be
he
on
would
the.
have been
He's gonna
gone
be a
this
Colt.
offseason.
Yeah, he's going to be
He'll
a
be a
Colt.
Colt.
I
Ertz?
feel like he will, yeah.
Yeah, it makes too much sense.
But, like, what are they waiting
Yeah.
for? Just
Well,
fucking offer
unless
him
he
a 5th
retires,
round
which
pick
I
or
don't see that
something,
happening.
be done with it.
I don't know. I thought he would have been gone long ago, and he's not. So I don't really know what's going on there. Philly.
Dawson Knox, we touched on. I'm going through the chat.
Oh, Dawson Knox.
Problem
Oh,
with
I
Dawson
wasn't here for
Knox
that.
is, I think he's like the athletic
He's
ability. He's
really
everything
fucking
you
good.
want your tight end to be. I just don't think he's going to produce for fantasy ever.
He's just everything that every tight end from 10 to 26 is. Like, athletic, ran like a
He's
pretty
so
good 40,
he's
and that's
so
it.
good.
Yeah, he's so good.
Snacks,
No, I'm
Snacks
he
actually loves
legitimately so
Dawson
good.
Knox.
I always have.
So
He won me $400 last year. You guys remember that first touchdown score, Dawson Knox?
I do. All right. Any other last names we want to touch on in the tight end market?
You guys, I'm sure you talked about Irv Smith, right?
I mean,
we
not really, but there's not much to talk about. It's just he's really useless
Yeah,
unless he's back with the Colts with Wentz. Like that's how I look at him.
No, Irv Smith.
Irv
Oh,
Smith.
you said Irv Smith? My laptop's roaring right
Yeah.
now. I can't hear.
I like Irv Smith this year, dude.
Love
I
that.
think that offense doesn't have.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just a funnel to like 3 guys.
Right. I own him in a lot of dynasty leagues, and I'm trying to really like him. And now Rudolph's gone, so yeah. Okay, it's good. Glad to know.
Love that. Are we?
Jan God has a question. Thoughts on Dan Arnold?
I don't know if that offense is going to use tight ends. They have a lot of good weapons outside of the tight end position. They tried it with.
I don't have any faith in Sam Darnold tight end.
I like Dan Arnold because I really want to hear the connection Darnold to Arnold. So, and I'm wearing Hey Arnold on my shirt.
Wow, it all comes full circle.
So I will be drafting Dan Arnold within the first 10 rounds in redraft this year.
Just like, no, that's just not true.
Well, even if I did, you guys can't question it. I won the championship. Well, that was a very nice beat you put out last, by the way.
Thoughts on Jarwin?
No.
Also, no.
Yeah, I don't really know where his role is going to be.
Yeah, like if he were going to break out, it would have been last year. It would have been last year, and like he had the perfect storm for him. Yeah, then he got hurt, and now I feel like he's not the only guy there. I feel like Dalton Schultz is going to get snaps. I feel like it's just going to be, now you're like a 45% tight end guy, whereas last year you could have had your breakout, been like 65-70% snap guy. And now it's out the window. So he's not someone you draft to be your starter.
It's like right. It's like Carolina too with the outside weapons. Dallas has 3 very good wide receivers. So I don't know where you could fit Blake Jarwin.
All right, Snacks. Do you have a pantry ready for us?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, fuck.
All right, hold on. I got one more tight end, and the last one before we move on to Snacks Pantry for today is Pat Freiermuth. Rookie.
Absolutely
Pittsburgh
not.
Steelers, a team that's supposed to be good.
Their defense is supposed to be good. Their offense is going to stink.
Well, we don't know. He could be a piece that helps them come together. The offensive line is the mystery, but the weapons are there.
The weapons are there,
including him, maybe.
No, he's not doing shit this year.
Dude, Big Ben's been looking good in camp. A lot of words coming out saying the arm looks good. Feels
Eric
20
Ebron,
years younger.
Eric Ebron, the best 17th round pick in the history of underdog best ball drafts. He's going to score 6 touchdowns.
Is that true?
Yeah. I get him in the 17th round of like every draft. It's gorgeous. We ready? Are we ready to
All right, let's
you want me?
panty ass?
Let's head on over to my man Snacks Pantry. What we got today? What's the
Okay,
topic?
So I said the other night I have a new pantry, and it's because I am rewatching the show as part of my yearly rewatch, and Nick's little live show yesterday made it all the more relevant.
Best
so
cameos.
I have.
Let's go.
No. It's not
Ooh,
cameos. I
okay.
was gonna do cameos.
Episodes?
But I did the 5 best supporting characters in Entourage. Now, okay, I kind of
What
I had
defines a
2 in
supporting
here.
character here?
They've been okay, so they've been in many episodes.
Can you
Like
you
a Gary
eliminate
Or
Busey.
can you eliminate like the ones that you would consider main characters? Like if I say Ari Gold, he's a main character, not a
Well, he's a
supporting
main
character.
character.
he's a main character. It's
I,
nobody from like the inner crew. There have been
Okay.
so like
seasons where these
Shauna would
guys
count,
don't
right?
even
Because
appear.
she's like the publicist.
Shauna would count. Yes. And is that a guess?
Yeah, I mean, does not like I lose any guesses. Yeah, it's a guess.
No, it's not
All
in
right.
my 5
Dana
best.
Gordon for sure. She's got to be top 2.
Dana Gordon is number 5.
Mm.
I love Dana. I know. I'm sorry. Top 2, but I think you're gonna understand why she's not top 2. Dana Gordon is, first of all, she's an absolute babe. Second of all, she's the only one that goes toe to toe with Ari, the way she does. And
Adam, what are you doing over there?
Ari's
You
got
cheating?
nudes on her that we never got to see, and she's a fox of a woman. Great character. Dana Gordon, number 5.
I'm gonna go with an off the wall one. I'm gonna go with Marvin the accountant.
Oh, that's a good one. Love Marvin.
Marvin is number 4.
Oh,
I
let's
love
go,
Marvin.
baby.
Marvin has such anger to him, and he's always pissed and annoyed at Vince and the guys, and I resonate with that. Marvin is so damn funny. It happened. He's Beansy in The Sopranos, so he gets a little push there for that. And every time he's in a scene, it's just funny.
Yeah.
So Marvin, number 4.
Now,
Animal.
do any of
who'd
these
you find
characters
on
play
IMDb?
themselves, or is it always an actor, like playing someone? You know what I mean?
It's an actor. Yeah, it's an actor.
Okay.
Here's what's funny. I took Bob Saget and Andrew Dice Clay out, even though they were in a
Yeah,
bunch
that's what I was
of
gonna say.
episodes.
Like those guys, like Seth Green, all those guys don't count because they're playing themselves.
Right, Seth were like right, exactly. Like they were in an episode or two, but I didn't. They're not like supporting characters. They're more of like cameos. So
All right,
I
well,
took
got an
those
easy
2
one.
out.
Obviously, you gotta go Lloyd.
You don't have to go Lloyd. I love Lloyd.
Wow.
It's
I love
Pride
Lloyd.
Month.
During Pride
What do you
Month, you're
mean?
gonna fucking skip out on Lloyd?
I know.
This is blasphemy.
If it was a
Wow.
top 6, Lloyd would be 7. So
Snacks doesn't stand with you.
The disrespect.
that's just not true. Listen, I love Lloyd. I just like the deceiving move that he made when he went to Adam Davies' office and kind of lowballed Ari after Ari gave him the world, and it was just it was a little tough. But Lloyd's a great character.
All right, I got one.
His
Yeah,
okay.
I got one.
Who we
to go,
got?
but
I'm
you go
surprised you guys
next.
haven't got number 1 yet.
I'm going Josh Winefuck.
I know who it is.
Josh Winefuck is not on the list,
Damn.
but a phenomenal character. A phenomenal character. When Ari goes to that beach house, it is one of the funniest scenes.
All right, well then, easy. Probably your number one's got to be Sloane because she's really hot.
Okay, well, I wanted to put Sloane up here, but she's just really
What do you
hot.
mean?
She's not like, funny or anything.
She's not on the list at all.
She's not on the list. No. I went by
hotness
this list
alone
on how they
brings
make
her-
me
All right. Number one's got to be
how they make me laugh.
It's got to be Wally Balls. Billy Walsh.
Billy Walsh
Yeah.
is number 1.
That's
I'm
true.
surprised that wasn't even the
course.
first pick, guys. Come on, Billy Walsh is just
I mean,
arguably the
I
best
almost look
character
at
in
him
the
as a
damn
main
show.
character.
No, he wasn't. There's
basically the
seasons
main
where he was
character.
barely in it.
All right, I don't have faith in this pick. Animal, stop cheating. I don't have faith in this pick, nor I hope
I'm reading the chat.
I hope it's not on the list, but I'm gonna go with Dom.
I hate Dom. Can't be
Man,
Dom.
No one likes Dom, really. Oh, Snacks cut out.
What a sad day. We know it's not Dom because Dom is easily the worst
Yeah, I don't
character.
think Snacks would put Dom on there. We'll keep ripping then. Snacky Poo.
How many do we have left?
We
Did we
got
get 4 or 3?
we got Dana Gordon, Marvin, Billy Walsh. So I think we got 3.
No, we just got one more, didn't we? No, is that it? We only have 3. This list sucks, Snacks.
Who's E's partner? Like in the agency when they're trying to fuck
Scotty Lavin.
Scotty Lavin. Yeah, let's throw Scotty Lavin out there when he comes bike. And who else?
I feel like the problem with anything like Entourage, all the other characters were like just like chicks, like hot girls.
What's the problem? What about the other?
He's not counting them.
Yeah. What about the other agent, Amanda? She's definitely not on this list.
No, why would she be? She was terrible. She tore the boys apart.
Yeah, but she's hot.
Like Gary Busey plays himself, so that doesn't count. I'm trying to think guys that were in more episodes too. That were in
I feel like there's
repetitive
just
episodes.
like one full season that we're like forgetting about.
Sasha Grey maybe, but she's also playing herself, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, I don't know if that would work. What was the one that we remembered that we wanted to rip? Snacks.
I don't know.
Sorry. Fucking Willie called me. Okay, sorry. Where do we leave off? Billy Walsh?
You left because Willie called you?
Yeah, we got 3, right?
No. I didn't answer it, but my shit went out. Yes, you have Billy Walsh 1, Marvin 4, and God, who was the 5th?
Dana Gordon.
Dana Gordon. So you have 2 and 3. Nick, I'm shocked you haven't got 2 yet.
All right, we're getting Scotty Lavin.
You got Scotty Lavin at number 3.
Okay.
The man, what he puts. I mean, he pretty much gets Vincent to his bender, so he's a very important character. But he's also funny as shit, and
yeah,
he was a great addition to the cast in like kind of the shittier seasons. But he was a great addition, so we had to put Scotty Lavin at number 3.
You're surprised I haven't got number 2 yet.
Yep.
is this the only one left?
I'm gonna throw it
The
out.
only
there.
one left.
I don't think it's this one, but we'll say Amanda, Vince's other agent.
No.
Okay.
Not Amanda
Terrible.
Daniels.
Good.
She's very hot.
How is Lloyd not on the list? Like,
Oh,
Because
I know.
this guy was
I know,
better.
I know.
Come on.
I'm
Come
gonna
on.
Animal, you wanna think on it a little bit?
I got nothing.
I can't make any
Draw a blank.
promises. Let's go.
Carl Ernst?
Oh my God, Animal. Babs. Can't make any promises.
not
I can't make
Babs.
any provolone. You say it's not Babs?
It's not that.
It's
It's
not
not
bad.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
What kind of
Andrew.
Dude, that is literally
his name?
probably my favorite line in the whole show.
How
Can't
did you
make
not
any
put
promises.
Babs on this? Did you just forget about her?
Because no, I did kind of forget about Babs, but I'm telling you, number 2 is still on there.
Wow,
Number
I thought
2
that was
You guys want to hit?
no.
I
No.
Ari's
love
friend
Babs.
Andrew
Love
that he
Babs.
hires.
Who?
Ari's friend Andrew.
No.
He wouldn't be number
Andrew
2
Klein?
though.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. He was a train
Yeah.
wreck.
I am shocked that Babs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's
Okay.
number
Listen,
2.
I don't know who you're gonna. This is number 2. I want a hint.
No, I don't want to hint yet. Give me like 60 seconds.
All
The
right.
male.
I
No hints.
It's
No
a
hints.
male. Okay. All right, fine. Sorry. Babs. She is definitely an omission. She should be on there. Can't make any promises. Can't make any provolone.
Ah, shit.
I feel like you're gonna hate yourself, Nick.
Probably.
Maybe I just think he's hysterically funny, and that's why I put him on there. Maybe I'm the only one.
Is he in the earlier seasons or later or throughout the whole show?
He's not throughout the whole show. It's just this is the only hint I'll give. It's one season.
That's what I was thinking. It's
One
probably a
season.
later. I feel like it's season like 6 or 7, and we're just like
I
forgetting.
will.
about
I
it.
will give you. I
Phil
will give you another
Yagoda.
hint. It is not. You know what? That's actually
No?
a very funny guess, Phil Yagoda. But no. And did you get
Shit.
Carl Ernst before?
He guessed Carl Ernst.
yeah.
When I thought I had it with
Yeah.
Babs, he guessed Carl Ernst. Oh fuck.
The tax
Oh,
man.
that's so funny.
This is great.
so
scene.
funny.
Fuck, this
Oh,
is
my
pissing
God.
me off.
Yeah.
Does anyone in the chat know?
No. I don't want help from the chat. This is driving me nuts right now.
Everyone's just in Billy Walsh and other shit anyway. Wow. How mad are we going to be when we don't get this?
Fuck. I guess we'll take a hint.
Yeah, I was going to say. That's
Snacks. What the fuck?
Oh, Snacks. You rat. You rat bastard. All right, where are the Entourage people in the chat? I got to start throwing out some names here.
Hints, Animal. All right, Snacks.
All right, hints. Let's see. He's Jewish.
Oh, fucking Nicky Rubenstein.
Nick Rubenstein, man.
Okay,
Are you kidding me? That season he's in, all around Medellin.
Number 2?
Yeah, I think
number 2.
I think
Number
he deserves
2?
like a 5 spot, and I think Bab should have been number 2.
You guys are insane. Well, maybe recency bias because that's the season I'm watching right now. But every single time he's on camera and the way he talks to Ari cracks me the fuck up. When he's in when the girls, I guess he's
a
sober
good
or whatnot
character,
now. No.
Number 2?
He's a great character. He's better than Carl Ertz, first of all. Okay,
He's not better than Carl.
Fucking
Ertz.
like
Carl Ertz deserves
Harvey
to be number 1
Weinstein
on this list.
could have been on there.
dude. I wanted to put Harvey too.
Oh, Harvey would have been a good one.
But Harvey's just so ridiculous.
He's based off a real person. He's not real.
He is based off a real person.
I'll never.
I will
forgive
say
you
I'm not
for
moving.
omitting Babs. I'll never.
I'm not moving. Nicky Rubenstein. I'm sorry. He's one of my favorite characters ever.
I mean,
but
it's your list. It's your pantry, so.
But it is mine. But I am very annoyed that I forgot Babs. You're right. And I think I would probably move.
All right, fuck Snacks. We're done.
All right,
with it.
well,
this episode's over.
The pantry's
anyway.
over. That's pretty much all we got for you guys. That's the tight end episode. Hope you enjoyed. Please like this video, actually, because I always forget to say that. And do the streams.
Thumbs up button looks
thumbs
like
up.
this. We got 200 people in here and only 75 thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll be doing Entourage trivia every single day. We're on a 2-for-2 rate right now, so every single day of the summer we'll be doing more of it. Thank y'all for hanging